Educating, informing, serving. Fact TV, keeping government honest.
All right. Call the meeting to order at, I guess it's 6:01 on October 4th, 2021. We are missing one of the select board members, Sue Allen. I don't believe she's on the team, so we only have 4 people here today. And I'd like to welcome everybody who's here. Not too many, but anyway, thank you for coming. I need a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Can I just
Go ahead.
say, we might want to put on, the parade for Walter. It's not,
Can we do that on other business?
you can do it under other business or under highway, either one.
Okay, we'll do it on the highway.
Okay.
The next item,
You need to vote.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Bill, you interrupted me, you got me nervous.
It's all right.
We have the minutes of September 20th, 2021. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as presented? If there are not, would somebody make a motion to accept the minutes of September 20th as presented?
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, good, thank you. Highway report, Danny, you have something you want to tell us?
So we heard today that the Townsend Road, they're planning to pave Monday.
Okay.
Columbus Day, but that's the day they said they could come and do it. So hopefully that'll get done. We finished up the culvert. Jamie did a culvert out there today
Where, in Townsend?
on Townsend Road, that section that we had to cut open. So we replaced one culvert that was failed. I have not been able to get a hold of, heard from Basins about the other section. Hopefully it's soon. This should be the last week of flood work. We have 3 culverts left. One of them is not flood related on Right Orchard, and there's 2 left on Fisher Hill. And that'll wrap up all the stuff for that work.
Thank you. Danny, last week we talked about a culvert, doing this season unless there was,
Yeah, so that was on, Right Orchard too, but that was the bigger one beyond Kent's. And the one up Dick's, that permit is good for 5 years, he said.
Okay.
I don't think you could get a culvert if you wanted to right now that big, so, I didn't do anything because the motion was to not do it if the permit was gonna be good for the next season.
So it's 5 years?
That's what he told me, that it'd be good for 5 years, that permit.
Oh, okay.
I think when we do the budget this next year, we should figure in maybe them 2 culverts, so, in the budget to do them before we have them flood, go over again.
Okay.
I just have one more
Go ahead,
question.
Suzanne.
Thank you. Danny, with respect to the paving being done on the holiday, which is great, gotta be done. But will there be one lane passable for the guests who are in
Yes.
Grafton that holiday?
Yep.
Okay, so the road won't be completely closed?
No, they're supposed to have flaggers and they keep one lane open at a time to, get them around. It's a pretty, it's a short section. They shouldn't be that long. It's not gonna be first thing in the morning before they start.
Okay, that's great.
I'll come in Monday to, I have to cut the ends down from them to pave, so.
Yeah, he said that they have a small driveway to do, then they'll come over, so be noonish, 11 noonish.
Do you have any dates on 121?
Have not heard from them. Every time I call, I get told 2 weeks. So,
So like, we're try to do it before November 1st? Because then there's nothing.
they've been telling me 2 weeks for the last 6 weeks.
Well, if they don't do it before November 1st,
Yeah,
we'll have a dirt road all winter, and that'd be horrible.
The contract says they're supposed to have it done mid-September, right?
Yep.
So, mid-September's all gone.
I think so.
We can all take bids.
So,
There's nothing more you can do, is like call.
yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they get to it, but it's, I mean, it is getting a little bit old here in 2 weeks every time I call. They haven't even, you know, they haven't set a date for finished milling down there or anything. So I tried getting hold of them today and no one answered, so I left a message.
Anything else for Danny?
Yeah, the only other thing is, that, June called me today and Joan, and they're planning something for,
Like Walter.
yeah, Sunday, October 24th, and they want to use Main Street for the parade. I wrote an email with it, sent it to you guys too, to, the fire and rescue and to Chris, because I won't be here, somebody needs to organize that parade, but fire and rescue, for them to decide what streets they want to parade on and close those streets. So that's, and you saw what I wrote to them, so I just, want to make sure that there isn't any objection from the select board that we close some streets while we have that parade in the middle of the day on Sunday, the 24th.
Does anybody know if they want to have empty cars, tractors, or anything on?
I'm gonna,
Who's the contact person?
the contact person would be, well, what I said to the three of them in that email, just look at that email, and ask the three of them, is one of them gonna take that? If they're not, and it's open, somebody wanna take charge of it. The fire, like Oakland Fire and Rescue will have their vehicles in it, and, if you want to have tractors and floats and everything else, so somebody, I'm gonna be gone, so I won't be here. I can try to organize something before if you want me to, but, somebody's gonna have to take that out on, they're gonna get it done.
Joan, you're familiar with it, right?
What'd you say?
The parade, can you help us
Did you
out?
set, did you time
Yeah, 12:30 to 1,
it? At what?
12:30 until 1, that's
Okay.
what June said.
Because we're out there at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
so
and I,
that-
and
that
I, and
works.
I, and I said in that email, and I meant it, close the whole town down and run your things around. Chester closes their town for both parades that they have, the Memorial Day and the alumni. They just they just shut the town down for 2 hours. And that's a main highway, so.
Well, there shouldn't be, by that time, most of the leaves will be gone anyway. So there'll be a few people. But Joan, if you know of any, I don't know how they want to do it, it's just fire department, people gonna march, they want old cars, they want tractors, whatever they want, maybe some of us would like to participate, so.
I know that Tina wants to drive his truck in it, but as far as I know, you know, if anybody wants to do it, no
Well, I mean,
problem, but it's really the Legion.
Okay.
Is this Chester Legion?
What?
The Chester Legion?
I don't know what she said.
Chester or Bellas Falls? Chester or Bellas Falls
Chester,
Legion?
Chester
I
Legion.
think it's a Chester.
Chester, yeah, the Chester Legion.
Sue Ellen's online.
Sue, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay. You made it back from Bennington.
Barely. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I gotta adjust the volume for a second.
Do we need a motion, Bill, to do the
I
whole
think just-
town?
just-
Or,
Just say that whatever I'd like to have you say it in a motion, however the parade organizers want it, that you don't have any objection to it as long as they safely close the roads.
so moved.
Second.
Do we have any other discussion? If not, all in favor of the motion to close the highway for Walter, for a parade for Walter, say aye.
Hi.
Opposed? So, it's unanimous.
Okay, and that'll be from 12:30 to 1. It isn't like it's gonna be closed a long time, probably like from 12 to 1.
I don't think we'll even go that long.
No.
Okay, Kim, are you on? Do you have something to talk about? Kim?
I'm on.
I don't have anything to talk about. I sent out everybody's expenditure report and balance sheets. If you guys had any questions, I can't see if I had gotten any other than from Suzanne. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. When I get back next week, I'll send out the budget worksheets. Do you have any questions for me on anything?
I don't really have any, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, looking at every item, it looks pretty good. We're right in the ballpark of a quarter on each line item, actually, so it's looking pretty good.
Yeah. The only real bad issue is the flood, but you can't do anything about that, so.
Right, and that has its own line item, and hopefully we'll hear something from FEMA. Has anybody heard anything more?
No.
No, but Bill and Danny are going to a meeting tomorrow in Townsend.
We're going to that, you know, you've got to go or you don't get help meeting.
Okay. Nope, I'm all set.
Okay, anybody else, any of Kim?
Kim, so just wondering how things are going with your new grandchild, or can you just say a word about that?
Yeah, he's almost a week old. He was born 6 pounds, 10 ounces last Tuesday. His name is Asher, and he's adorable. And actually he's adjusting well, his sisters are adjusting well, and I'm just helping out with the cooking and being grandma. It's fun. I got the 7-year-old and the 3-year-old, so I'm kind of entertaining them more than anything, but it's fun.
Good.
Sounds great. Thank you for
Well,
filling us in
congratulations.
on that.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks.
Anything else? Okay. The next item is, we need to appoint some members to the Capital Budget Committee for the 2022-23 budget.
Yeah, the people I have are Hardy, Merrill, John, Gregory, Joe, Paulio, Kim Record, Cynthia, Gibbs, and Danny Taylor. I don't have anybody else.
Is there a certain number you're supposed to have? Is there a certain number you're supposed to have
No,
on this committee?
gotta have more than 2, obviously, or 3.
Hardy's not cheap.
Yeah, Hardy. Yeah. Hardy will do all the preliminary work and whatever.
Yep, I'm here.
We just had to
Are you there,
unmute.
Hardy?
We can't see anybody.
No.
No, this computer is completely on the fritz. I'm sending it back as soon as this meeting is over.
It's brand new besides, so.
Oh,
We're here. I'm here.
Hardy's
Okay,
here.
as long as you can hear us, Hardy, that's fine.
Yes.
Do you have any comment on the nominees for the Capital Budget Committee?
Who was the last name? I just didn't catch the last one.
Danny Taylor?
Danny Taylor.
Oh, that's fine. Good.
If not, somebody intend a motion to accept the,
No, to appoint.
no, huh?
To appoint.
To appoint these members to the capital budget for 22-23.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
You saying aye, Suze?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so it's 5-0. Okay, we're down to committee reports. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Down to committee reports. The cemetery committee, you want to do it, John, or no? I sent an email to the individual, what's his name?
Jones.
Jones. And on Sunday, that gave him my email address. John's email address was on there, and I said, contact us, because he said he could meet anytime after Sunday. And he hasn't contacted either of us, so I don't know where it is. I'm going to resend an email to him, either tonight or tomorrow morning, and then we should see if we can meet with him to see about what he is willing to do. And we've discussed it with Danny in the event that we can come to some agreement, then Danny would do some test holes out there to make sure they don't ledge or whatever. So
What land piece is this?
this is the piece that's behind the Hopeville Cemetery
Okay.
out there. So that's where it stands at the moment. So we're working on it, but we don't have any answers.
And Joe, what about the email we received from Michelle Dolph today? I didn't.
I didn't see that email.
Huh?
That was a couple days ago.
About the
I didn't check
cemetery,
my
wasn't it
emails.
about the cemetery? I'll look for it while we move on. I
About the
thought, maybe I'm
cemetery?
mistaken.
No,
She sent one
I
out the
think
other
it
day.
was about Walter, something about
Yeah, she sent it
Walter.
the other day, or today.
I was just catching up today, so that could be,
About Hook, Charlie Hook, somebody Hook.
Oh, the kid.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
nice.
got it working.
Yeah, yeah, he's
yeah,
working with,
she talked to me about him today. She has the paperwork on him, and, I told him if they're gonna do guardrails, I told her to tell them, no, if they can do guardrails, they gotta
Weed
talk to Danny, don't just go do guardrails.
right.
We gotta know.
And I will put on the agenda for the next meeting, how we're going to deal with the cemetery going forward. It was too late to do it today, this week, but we'll do it next week. And we have some options because we need to do some thinking about it before we do into the budgets. So who's gonna maintain the cemeteries going forward? This year, I think we're okay. We have Austin and we have, the other kids.
Max.
Yeah,
Max,
so they'll be able to mow the leaves this year, but for next year, it's, you know, we need somebody that's gonna start work, so we have some options. So. Highway?
Don't have any, you have any soon?
no, the only thing, I spoke with Carolyn Coda today, and at the 18th meeting, we should have a quarterly update on the Walker Bridge budget for the preliminary plan.
Parks Committee, Sue Ellen, do you have anything? Sue?
she's frozen.
Oh. I don't have anything, I don't know if
Should
Sue
leave
does.
us.
No, Sue, do you have anything on the Parks Committee? Can you hear
I
us?
do not. No, I don't.
Okay, all right, thank you. Personnel?
We have a meeting planned, hopefully the last one, with the highway on Wednesday. And we still have to make another date with Bill to go over any other concerns he has along with Kim. And that's it, and we should be ready for the 18th.
That was my question. You think you'll be ready to put on the agenda? We'll let Bill know,
On the
and
18th.
we'll put it on for the 18th, okay?
So just so you know, I'm here until through the end of next week, then I'm gone for a week. I won't be here for that meeting on the 18th.
The building committee, we have to deal with the
Architectural contract.
contract.
You have it in front of you.
Yep,
Just so, if the building committee wants to talk about it, or I can,
whatever, it's always.
we reviewed it, we had a meeting with him, went over the bid, I should say, and then he sent the contract. All of us have gone through the contract, think it's fine, and, Jeff Martell looked at it and said it's great.
And we know that VLCT gave us, you know, an okay on using the money, and so did, the accounting firm, so I think we're okay to go forward with it, so if that's okay, somebody will make a motion to accept the contract so we can get going, I guess.
Okay, two things, you got to approve the contract and authorize somebody to sign it.
Okay. All right, well, somebody make that motion, I was just, well, it's depending, either I or Bill sign it, Bill signs most of the stuff, so I don't have a problem with that.
I move we accept the contract that was presented.
And by Lacy, Taylor, Wilson, and Wilson,
Right.
so we know that.
Lacey Farrell and Riley Wilson.
And authorize, if you want to.
And authorize Bill
Bill
to do the signatures.
Second.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Susan. The wastewater committee, we're scheduled to have it's a Zoom meeting, right? Yeah, Zoom meeting on October 6th, I think it is, at 9:30 in the morning, yeah. So we'll see what happens after that, and we'll put that on the next agenda.
Is that open to the public?
Sure,
Sure.
yeah, so they're all public meetings, yeah.
It'll probably be, well, I don't know. Probably down in my office, because this computer is
Yeah.
shot.
So you're certainly welcome to come down. The real purpose of the meeting is, since we have transitioned from the committee to the select boards committee, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, and I'd like to get some timelines of when and if the financing is approved, and when Ty and Bond wants their contract. We haven't had their contract. When are we going to get the contract? And that's basically what we're talking about. So you're welcome to come if you like. And it'll be 9:30, either here or downstairs, depending. Okay? It's an open meeting. Anything else on the committee reports?
Joe, I have just a question for the buildings committee. Sorry, I didn't bring it up at the right time. Since we're receiving ARPA funding for this project, do we need to follow the federal RFQ guidelines for the bidding process?
Oh, yeah, we followed all guidelines.
Okay,
We've been following all guidelines.
okay.
We filed it for the air stuff and for the architect. We didn't get any bids, but we sent it out to 6 people directly. It was published in the newspaper here and in the newspaper up there. So, yeah, no, we're doing everything according to the federal guidelines.
And if you get no bids, that's okay. If you only get one, then you have to make choice.
I understood that. What I was wondering about had to do with when we start the bid process for contractors. Will that also follow the
It'll all be the same, but the contract, all that will be handled by the architect. He's going to be handling all that. We're not even going to be.
Yes, I noticed it.
He has to follow all
But
that.
there'll be multiple contractors. It's not going to be just one.
He has to do the environmental stuff too.
Okay. And I also just have one other thing, Joe. I didn't know whether to fit this in. Last time we had the meeting with Sevens here, and they gave us a report that said they have helped out several institutions in the town of Grafton to the tune of about $200,000 that they collected from the government for the payroll protection plan. And they sent us a pretty good report on the specifics of that. But what I have done, and I just wanted to make you aware, is that I've reached out to several of the organizations that are on that report as having received money to ask them how satisfied they are with the quality of the work that they received from this organization. Because I think it's very important for us to have some feedback in order to make the decision about putting it as an article on our town meeting. Or they've even asked us now to think about including it as a line item on our budget. So I'm hoping that this feedback from the organization will be helpful to us.
You didn't get any feedback yet.
Pardon?
You didn't get any
No,
feedback
I
yet.
haven't gotten any feedback yet.
Well, it'll be interesting to hear what the feedback is.
Thank you, yeah.
And we have plenty of time. The budget starts in November, so that will be interesting to see. Okay. All right, any public comment? Nothing?
I have one thing.
Go ahead. Who's?
This is Amber. I just wanted to bring it to the select board's attention. Probably everyone already knows, but we're going to be having our Fireman's Fall Festival this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So we will probably have our cones in the road just to slow traffic down a little bit. But it should run as smoothly as it has in the past. But I just wanted to give you the heads up that we'll be having that event.
Thank you, Amber, for letting us know. You guys have done a good job in the past, so I think you'll continue to do so. It's for a good cause. Any other public comment? If not, the next regular meeting is here on the 18th of October at 6 p.m. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, second, somebody second? Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,